Right, so hello YouTube, welcome to my fourth pickup video. It's been a long time coming. My last one was sometime in November, I think. It's now coming up to the end of January, so there's a lot to cover and I want to try and make it as short as possible. There's probably going to be a lot of stuff I've picked up that I forget to mention within this video. I'm just going to get straight stuck in with my 3DS pickups. First being Skylanders Spyro. Hope I hold it up the right way. Good game so far. I imagine it's better on the console versions. The one thing that's bugging me about it so far is a time limit on levels, but I am enjoying it. Next up is Sonic Generations. I actually prefer this to the console versions so far anyway. I'm about halfway through the game and I'm loving it. Gotta say the 3D effect on this game isn't too great though. That would be my only complaint, but it doesn't bother me in the slightest because I just can't play with 3D on in games. Lastly, 3DS is Super Mario 3D Land. This is a great game. This is what you'd expect a 2D Mario game to be like. Say 2D, it is 3D. This is one of the 3DS games that I can actually play in 3D because the depth on it, they've just done it really well. If you turn the slider on full and it doesn't give me a headache or anything like I get in other titles like Ocarina of Time. A lot of people have been complaining about this game being quite short, but I'm not sure if they realise that once you've done the first 8 worlds, you can then go into special mode, which is the 8 worlds again, but harder difficulty, I guess. The only way I can explain it. It's all a bit twisted and different, but same levels really. I've completed the first mode. I'm in special mode now and I've just unlocked Luigi as a playable character and I'm really enjoying this game. This is getting me through my lonesome lunch breaks at work at the moment. Next is a Dreamcast game which I actually picked up before my last pickup video, but I forgot to mention it, so I'm going to mention it now anyway, and that's Marvel vs. Capcom 1. I absolutely love this game and I got it for cheap as chips. It's in absolutely perfect condition. Manual is not a scratch nor dent on it. And the disc is just perfect. I got it cheap as chips. It's not really an expensive game anyway. You usually find it around £15, but I got it a lot cheaper than that, if I remember rightly. Next up is a PS2 game which I picked up. I've heard a lot about this game from a lot of people in the past. I really look forward to playing it. I haven't got round to it yet, and that's God Hand. It should be right up my street because it is a Capcom game. I do apologise for the screen flare. I'm not actually too sure what it's coming from. I guess the monitor itself. But yeah, I look forward to playing that. I've heard a lot of good things about it. 2-second cut because, well, you'll see why. Right, so I'm back with my Xbox 360 pickups. First up being Gears of War 3 Epic Edition. I do already own the steelbook of this, but it's nice to have the limited edition game and art book. The main reason I bought it, and just put this box back, is for that beast of a statue there. I got it in a Game Station offer for £70 at the time. I'm really glad I picked it up. I love that statue. I've still actually yet to finish Gears of War 3 and I should give myself a slap on the hand for that. One of my favourite game series and I just haven't found time to play it yet. Oh, also on the Gears of War 3 subject, went into Blockbuster and they were nice enough to give me a Gears of War promotional cube. It's literally just a hollow cardboard box, but it's merchandise nonetheless and I'm happy to own it. Fucking hold things up the right way eventually. While we're at it, Gears of War base. Two of the most obscure pieces of merchandise I've ever seen for any game series, and that's band-aids, or plasters as the English call it. Gears of War related. I've not actually opened these to see what's on the band-aids. I'm going to keep them boxed up. Oh, it actually shows you on the back. Don't know if you can see that. I'm not sure who would buy these other than collectors. For all I know, they could not actually be in here because I will never open these. Nice one. The the odd quirky thing every now and then. Sorry, you probably got a shot right at my nose then. Why did you shave? Yeah, anyway, back to the original point. 360 pickups. Gears of War 3 Epic Edition. Splinter Cell Conviction. I am enjoying this so far. I've only played 1 or 2 levels. It's a lot different from the previous games, but I'm enjoying it nonetheless. Alpha Protocol. Haven't played it yet. Know nothing about it. We'll play it at some point and give you my opinion then. Front Mission Evolved. I'm a massive fan of mech games, and this is a great one so far. Right, next up is a game I was a bit dubious about because I hate the series. I'm not a massive anime fan. I can't really get into it. That's Naruto Rise of a Ninja, sorry. I imagine there's going to be massive hardcore fans about this game, but I can't really get into it. It's a bit slow. I don't really understand what's going on. I think it's for fans of the series only, really. Nonetheless, I will muddle through and finish it eventually. Next is the Steelbook edition of Batman Arkham City. I much prefer this to Batman Arkham Asylum. Asylum? Still getting my words mixed up. I'm about 3/4 way through it at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. I've just picked up other games since, and I can't seem to put them down, and can't seem to get my ass around to finishing this yet. Next is Red Dead Redemption. I did rent this when it first came out, and I rarely rent games, but I was dubious about it because of how similar it was to Grand Theft Auto, and I'm not a massive Grand Theft Auto fan. I didn't like it at the time because of the amount of glitches. I started the game twice because of glitches. Started the game, I think you walk into a bar or something and get on your horse and you follow some bloke. First time I played it, the horse sank into the ground before I'd had a chance to save it. I don't even know if you can save it at that point in the game, but then it just froze, so I had to start again. Second time, same thing happened, got to the same bit, got on the horse, and then the horse flew into the air about 500 feet, threw my character off, and died. That really put me off the game. Obviously it's been quite a while since it's been released now, and they seem to have fixed all the glitches. I'm not far into it yet. In fact, I feel like I've been playing it forever, but I don't think I'm that far into it, but I am enjoying it this time round. A bit late to the party, I know. Next up is the sequel that should have never been made, and that's What the fuck am I on about? Call of Juarez the Cartel. This game is an absolute abomination. The first 2 games were just gold. I love them. And this is just atrocious. What were they thinking? Next is Sonic Generations. I'm on the end boss of this game and it's pissing me off a little bit. I'm struggling with it. I don't know why. But I love this game. It's nice to finally see Sega back on track with this game. I'll get my words in the right order eventually. Next is Shadows of the Damned. Very funny game so far. Again, I'm not very far into it like most games in my collection. I will finish them all eventually, even if it takes me my whole life. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Great game so far. Next is Rayman Origins. This is how Rayman games should be. I don't know why they ever took Rayman in 3D direction. Think, Lloyd, think. No, this is perfect. Everything about this game is amazing. The only minor gripe I've got about it is that the co-op mode isn't online. It's couch co-op only, but that doesn't really bug me. Try and convince the missus to play it with me at some point. The graphics on it are just beautiful. It's just an amazing game. Very quirky. Next is X-Men Destiny. I've about halfway through this game so far and I'm enjoying it. It would be better if it was co-op. I'm not sure if it is. It says it's players 1. I don't understand why it wouldn't be co-op. The case says otherwise. I'm playing as Amy, or Amy, however you say her name. I can't remember what powers it. She's got bricks on her fists or some shit like that. I'm about halfway through it. I'm enjoying it. Just a bit tedious on my own at times. Next is the game that I've been waiting for a long time, and that's Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I say a long time, it's only been like 6 months since Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out, but I burned about 170 hours into that game, and I just love this series. I thought I was going to play this game a lot more than I have, but work is really taking its toll on me, and I just really struggling to make the time for gaming at the moment. My Xbox has also started to pack in. I've got the red Ring of Death a couple of times on it now. It's not fatal yet. This is like my 4th Xbox as well that would have had it. Also, my disc tray is now refusing to open, and the only way of opening it is taking the faceplate off, getting something sharp or some string and wrapping it around the cog until I can force the bloody tray out. So I'm completely put off playing my Xbox 360 for the moment. It's going to be another cut because I've got to grab another pile of games and something a little bit different for me. 2 seconds. Right, so next up is a new system for me, and you've probably seen it already because that was a poor attempt at hiding it. And yeah, that's a PS3. It's a system I didn't think I was going to get until it died out, but I've been wanting a Blu-ray player for quite a while now, and I got one basically. I haven't played it much, even though I've got a big old pile of games for it, but it's mainly used as a entertainment system, I guess. It's being used for Netflix at the moment. I use it as a Blu-ray player all the time, and it's just become the DVD player I use as well. Yeah, I've got a few games with it, as you're about to see. Like I said, this video has been a long time coming, so it's had like almost 3 months worth of pickups to get through. Sorry if this is lagging, it looks like it's lagging. I really hope it hasn't. I've recently changed my setup for recording, which hopefully you can tell. Back to the point, I'll go through my non-exclusive games so far, which is Dead Rising 2. I got this because I want to play with it with a couple of my workmates. I do have it on the 360, the Steelbook edition, but I can't bring myself to play my 360 because I don't want to see another one die on me. I know I'm going to have to pick up a new Xbox come payday. The other non-exclusive is Battlefield 3, which is not really my kind of game, but it came with the console. The graphics on it are stunning, the audio on it is absolutely amazing, but I'm just not a first-person shooter fan, I'm afraid. They're the only 2 non-exclusives I have. I'm going to try and not get any more than that because I just want exclusive games for this system. I am collecting for the 360, so I should get every non-exclusive game that way. Right, first up for the exclusives is ModNationRacers. This is a lot of fun so far. I haven't played many races yet, I'm just having a lot of fun with the creator mode. Next is Infamous. This game is a bit tedious for me, to be honest. I'm not really a fan of the whole... No, that's a lie. I love open world games. Games like Fallout, they do it really well. But this is open world in the sense of Grand Theft Auto, and it's just so dull. Nothing happens, and the powers on it are pathetic, if I'm honest. I will give it a second chance, and I will pick up Infamous 2 at some point once I finish this one, but I'm not sold on this so far. Next up is Mororstorm. Haven't actually played this yet. Obvious reasons, I just can't make time for it. I will play it at some point once I've got my time schedule back on track. A bit annoyed with this game and a lot of other games actually. Is since playing the 360 and being a 360 console owner, I kind of rely on achievements to keep a game motivating me, so I actually feel like I'm doing something as I'm going along. And I was under the impression that every PS3 game had trophies to correspond with that, but apparently not. And that's just a massive disappointment to me, and it's kind of put me off playing a few of these titles. I will play them nonetheless, and I know it's really bad for me not want to play it because there's no achievements or trophies on it, but that's just the way it is, I'm afraid. Next, in a really messy case, I really forgot, I should have changed the case for this, I'll do it at some point, or I'll try and clean it up, is Ridge Racer 7. I love the first ones in the series, I can't see why this is any different. Yet to play it yet. Next is a game that I've been wanting for the longest time but couldn't because I didn't have a PS3, and that's 3D Game Heroes. This game is absolutely fantastic, everything about it is nostalgic. Next is a game I've heard a lot about, I wanted it mainly to go on the online mode, and I've yet to unlock the online mode, and it's White Knight Chronicles. Probably should have said that first, really. But yeah, started playing the story mode for about half an hour, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Or, to be honest, I've got very little interest in what's going on in the story. I just want to see what's on the online mode for this. Next up is God of War 3. This is actually disappointing to me. I really loved the first game. Didn't really play much of the second, but this one I'm not getting into. Next is one of the PS3 games I've actually bothered playing and finishing, and that's Uncharted 2. This game is great. The ending was a little bit disappointing for me. I don't really want to ruin it for anyone, but it's a really fun game. The only thing I'm going to say is I felt like the game was playing itself a lot of the time. I didn't feel like it was a challenge. Maybe that's different if you play on hard mode, but it kind of felt like I was watching a movie half the time rather than playing a game. And not in the Metal Gear Solid sense of it. There's not that many cutscenes. It's all just run forward, do something, run forward, press some buttons, screen prompts, all that. It's really fun. It's really action packed. I would have liked a bit more from it. I will be picking up the first and third game at some point. Next is the game that I feel everyone has to own, PS3, and that's Little Big Planet. What's there to say about Little Big Planet? It's just hella fun. Next is a game that I didn't think I was going to get into in the slightest, but it's surpassed my expectations tenfold, and that's Heavy Rain. I have never played a game before in my life which engulfs you as much as this does. I really feel like I'm playing as the characters. I have an incredible emotional attachment to virtually every single character I've come across in the game. This is just a fantastic piece of work. Next is a game I've yet to play, which is Killzone 2. Another game I've yet to play, Resistance 2. Another game I've yet to play, Resistance 1. Next is Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. This is really fun. I'm gutted it doesn't have trophies though. Really fun game. Another game I haven't played, which I actually really look forward to playing this one. I'm just holding it off for a while until I finish some of the other. And that's Untold Legends Dark Kingdom. Can't wait to play it. Really hope it's as good as the last releases. Next is Lair, or Lair, however you want to say it. It looks like a really beautiful game, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. Not sure how I'm going to get into the whole 6-axis motion control feature of the dragon flying though. I've heard there's a downloadable content pack that you can use the sticks for, but I want to play it how the game is intended at first. Next is a game I'm really excited about playing. I didn't actually, well, I'd never heard of it, and I'm gutted again that it doesn't have trophies, but I'm going to play it nonetheless. That's Folklore, or however the fuck you want to say it. I don't know how many of you know about this game. I don't know anything about this game. Was it a big release or what? It looks like a Square Enix game, but it's not as far as I'm aware. It just looks like one of the weirdest RPGs I've ever seen. I mean, just look at the characters on the back. If you can actually see it without light flare. It just looks really interesting, right up my street. Lastly for PS3 is Heavenly Sword. I played a bit of this. It's a good game. Combat's a bit tedious so far. I'm hoping it opens up. So that's my PS3 collection and pickups thus far. Going to be another cut because I need to grab another pile. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, it's more like a split second really, isn't it? I don't know why I'm apologising, I should just cut it and not mention it. Damn my politeness. Right, so next I picked up another system and I got it pre-owned, so I don't have a box to show you unfortunately. You might be able to see it just in the corner of that cabinet, and it's a black Wii. I got it for one game only. You can probably guess what that game is straight away, and that's Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I obviously got the limited edition version of it. I was so looking forward to playing this. Unfortunately, my hopes have been to the ground, because I mean the second temple so far, and I'm just not getting into it. I feel I would love it if I didn't have to use the fucking motion controls. I was lucky enough to have Twilight Princess on the GameCube, so I didn't have to fanny about with it then. But this, I've got no choice. And it's driving me mad. I really want to get into it, but I can't stand there fucking about. I want to give it a good session and go through a few temples, but if I'm honest, I feel fucking exhausted after one temple. The story and everything seems great so far, and the limited edition itself is great. You get a soundtrack, the manual, which is about that thick and doesn't actually fit in the game case, and the Wii remote. It's a really nice package, £50. It's a bloody bargain. That's enough about that. No woes. One thing I picked up for the Wii as well, which is I didn't realise that the Wii wasn't a HD console, and the cables that you get with it of really piss poor quality, so I picked up some Wii component cables, and that's made the picture tenfold on the TV. I highly recommend it to anyone. They literally cost me £2 off Amazon. I did get a couple more Wii games for the sake of just building up a little Wii exclusive collection, I guess. Should just add, I have owned a Wii. Should just add, did I just say? Should just add, I have owned a Wii in the past. I bought it when Super Smash Bros. Brawl came out, and I got 100% on that game in about 2 days, including all the challenges completed, so I just got rid of it. That was before I even owned an Xbox 360 actually. Back to the point. I'll keep going off in this video. I'm going off again. Sorry. Next is Mario Kart Wii. I did own this the first time around. I thought I'd give it another shot. I don't actually like this as much as Double Dash. I feel the game's a bit slow, but it's a good game nonetheless. Next is something I'm not going to be able to say. Tatsunoko versus Capcom Ultimate All-Stars. I got this mainly because it has Beautiful Joe in it. If I'm honest, it was interesting to play as the mech or VS from Lost Planet as well. I've yet to play it with a GameCube controller or a fight stick, and I think you can only use simple mode for some reason using the Wii remote, so I've not got too into it so far. I'm going to give this a proper session once I get hold of the fight stick though. Next is Epic Mickey. I'm really liking this so far. I'm not that far into it yet. Sorry, I'm just trying to break my own neck here. I'm not that far into it yet, but I am really enjoying it. Again, the motion controls put me off. I wish I could use a classic controller for it. Next is a game I've yet to play, but picked it up because I didn't even know it existed really. That's Soul Calibur Legends. It looks like a Dynasty Warriors Soul Calibur crossover kind of thing. I don't know, it looks really odd. In fact, one of the boss fight, if that even is a boss fight on the back, looks a bit like Dragon from Phantasy Star Online. Well, I'm interested to see what this one plays out. Next is another game I haven't played yet, which to be honest I forgot I even owned, which is pretty bad, which is No More Heroes. I've heard tons of great things about this game. I look forward to playing it. Kind of put off playing it because of the lack of classic controller support. Next is another game I haven't played, which you can use classic controller for, and that's Knight's Journey of Dreams. I've got high hopes for this game. It looks really good. That's possibly everything. If you look at the back of my head for a minute as I look behind me to have a glance to see if there's anything I missed. Which doesn't look like it, which is good going for me. That's all of my game pickups for the last 3 months, I think. There's the odd thing I haven't shown, such as a couple of figures. I've got 2 unhooded Assassin's Creed 2 Ezio figures, one in black garments and the second in the white or ebony and ivory, whatever you want to call them. Got a couple of Street Fighter figures. I'm not going to show them because it means rearranging my entire figure collection. Maximo figure, something video game related, which is Red Dwarf, Dwayne Dibley bobblehead to go with my Inquisitor one. A couple of Street Fighter Hero Clicks something video game and related again, which was HeroClix Hellboy Action Pack. I don't actually play HeroClix, by the way, I just wanted them for the collectible toys. But yeah, that's everything, I think. Yeah, I'm a little bit lost. One more thing. I did say I'd show you once it was finished. I'm going to cut because I'm going to get my leg out. Yes, that's right, the Fable 3 tattoo is finally finished. I adore this tattoo. I've got a fair amount of coverage now. This is my first jokey tattoo, I guess, and I just love it. It's my favourite tattoo by far. My tattooist did a fucking excellent job on it, and I'm just really glad I got it done. Now I think that's everything. Hopefully you've noticed a difference in audio quality with this video, as I used to be using the webcam's built-in microphone that used to squeak, so I just got a cheap condenser bearing a C3. Hopefully that makes a difference. Not that most of you are going to care. These videos don't exactly get a lot of views anyway. Sorry, you're just going to see blur as I put the webcam on back on the top of it. Jib. I'm not making another cut and restarting this. Right, no, I can't end the end of the video like that. Let's get back on track. This video has been a lot longer than I originally wanted it to be, but I really need to get it back on track with this pickup video, so I just thought I'd get it out of the way. Kudos to anyone that's actually sat through and watched the entire of this. Even if you skipped, well done. Well done you, because I would have been bored to bits. Anyway, cheers, enjoy.